Florida's coast is full of abandoned boats, but none have a past this deadly. This rusting casino cruise ship was once a high-stakes haven until its owner, a successful businessman, was assassinated in a mafia-style hit. Now, it sits as a decaying remnant of Florida's offshore gambling empire and a dark secret that has left it abandoned.
After just a few weeks on the water, we're learning why the Blue Horizon Casino cruise has not been operating the last few days.
The Blue Horizon Casino cruise ship was once a prominent fixture of Florida's offshore gambling industry, offering passengers a taste of excitement, luxury, and the possibility of hitting the jackpot. However, its story is one of legal challenges, financial hardship, and the broader collapse of the casino cruise industry. What's going on today, Ronin fam, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, my name is Steve Ronin and I'm going on Epic Adventures, and today I'm excited to bring you guys on this adventure. I am doing one of the first and one of the most unique explorers ever on YouTube, on social media. I'm exploring an abandoned casino cruise ship right now. But it's not just your ordinary abandoned casino cruise ship. It's still a time capsule, it's well preserved, and there's some really dark history about this place. You know, it was pretty hard to get to. I had to wake up here at 4 a.m. to pre-dawn this. But before the adventure starts, smash the like button, leave a comment down below where you're from, especially if you're from around here or have ever had any experiences or know more history about the Blue Horizon. I would love to hear it. Let's start the adventure. I'll see y'all at the very end. Okay, so I just got to the second floor, guys. And wow, it has so many slot machines and other gambling stuff. Is crazy.
There.
What's up?
So downstairs there's like a power cord that's on. I didn't go by it. I'm hoping there's like no cameras
Okay.
attached.
Alright, that's good to know.
Yeah.
What else is down there?
Tables. And there's a kitchen there. That was the dining area downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Pretty decayed though.
Sweet. Of course, you had to have the ATM machine, right? So people can just take out their money and gamble anytime they wanted. The sorry, temporarily out of service. Looks still to be in good condition. Wonder if there could be even still money in there. This article delves into the complete history of the Blue Horizon, tracing its journey from inception to abandonment, and the tumultuous waters it navigated along the way. Casino cruise ships emerged as a response to Florida's strict gambling laws throughout the 1990s. Land-based gambling was heavily regulated, limited to tribal casinos and racetracks. However, the US law permitted gambling in international waters beyond 3 miles of offshore, leading to the rise of the so-called cruises to nowhere. These ships would depart from Florida's ports, sail beyond state jurisdiction, and allow patrons to gamble legally. Pioneers of this industry was a Greek-American businessman who founded the Sun Cruise Casinos in 1994 by repurposing luxury yachts into floating casinos. He created an offshore gambling empire just beyond Florida's legal reach. The Blue Horizon would later join this wave of casino cruises, seeking to capitalize on the high demand for legal gambling in the state. I don't even know where to start, guys. Let's start walking over here. There's a lot of chairs. All of them have like really good cushion. Damn, you have a leak going on right there. I see some water dripping. Not sure if it could be a pipe or it's just coming from the rain. Look at all the different slot machines. They all have their own unique names, like Enchanted Kingdom, Dean Martin's Wild Party, Life of Luxury, and Crystal Forest. They all have such catchy names. Probably that just help you remember what you were playing. I don't know why. I think I would go with the Crystal Forest. That sounds pretty cool. Or maybe Life of Luxury. And these ones, you have quick hit platinums. You have like 10 of them right there on the side.
many more right over here. Double diamond. Another double diamond. Hot fairies? Is someone still vacuuming this place? Because they're not doing a good job. There's like a old power generator right there. They're different names, but they all do the same thing. And they all have the same buttons. But I think some of the slot machines had higher rewards for sure. These one over here kind of look top. You probably get some good winnings out of these machines, considering it's like all the way over here. There's only like a few of them. I guess we still have some fake plants in here too. This place is just really pristine. You know, it just shows that not too many people even know about this place or have explored it. And I'm really happy to be one of the first ones documenting this place in such condition. There's been so many abandoned places where, you know, I'm like one of the very first to explore it. Everything is nice and pretty good looking, and then all of a sudden when it gets popular over the years, more people come explore it and they trash the place up. Hopefully that doesn't happen to this boat, but who knows what the future holds for it. It's been abandoned for now 10 years, just sitting here in this dock.
The Blue Horizon was a mid-sized casino cruise ship equipped with modern gambling facilities, including hundreds of slot machines, multiple gaming tables for blackjack, poker, and roulette, as well as bars, lounges, and fine dining options. During the early 2000s, casino cruises flourished along Florida's coast, with the Blue Horizon competing against industry heavyweights. The model proved initially successful as land-based casinos were still limited, and many gamblers were eager to take a short cruise to legally play. The ship attracted players of all backgrounds, with promotions such as free boarding passes, buffet deals, and loyalty programs, helping to establish a steady clientele. The atmosphere on board was electric. Dealers called out bets, slot machines chimed with excitement, and passengers enjoyed cocktails as they tried their luck. However, the industry soon faced mounting challenges while offshore casinos operated in a legal gray area. They were not immune to scrutiny over time. Florida officials and anti-gambling advocates voiced concerns about money laundering, gambling addiction, and unfair competition with emerging land-based casinos.
Alright, I'm gonna try sitting down in one of these gambling slot machines right here. So these seats can spin, but they literally retract back to the center. I wonder why. What would be the point of that? Is that just to keep people's attention to gambling? Could be a little tactic. This seat is really comfy. Probably the most comfiest so far. This is pretty cool. Damn, take a look at this right here. So this is where you can see like the slots, and this is where you would enter your bills, or I guess your ticket, and it goes from $1 to $100. Play 3 credits. So you would also, or you can just use 3 credits to play it. There's more information right up there. So the best thing you would want to win is this one right here, and you need 3 credits to get 4,000 points. I'm not sure what that's equivalent to, but I'm guessing that's like a lot of money. You just hit this, spin the wheel, and see what you would get. Looks like the last person to play this didn't really do a good job. I wonder if we can find a slot machine that has like triple matching symbols. Then right after you're playing, if you won, you just cash out and a ticket would be printing from here. It even says collect ticket right there. We got Trevor right here taking some photos.
Oh man,
What do you think of this floor, bro?
dude, this is amazing.
Yeah,
I've never seen anything like this. There's no graffiti.
I know, it's really clean.
Nothing's been smashed. And this has been sitting for 10 years.
Yeah, that's how rare this spot is for urban
You
exploring.
don't see this too often, man.
Yeah,
And that's not an exaggeration.
yeah. Let me tell you, it was a pretty good mission to get here. And we still have to be a little bit careful. So we kind of just made it full circle to the other corner. And look at this. These are tiny. Oh wait, no, they just took the bottom part out. I was gonna say, like, Is this like the kids' corner? We're pretty sure that's not allowed for kids to gamble. I wonder what this handle was used for. I am just amazed by this. Never seen anything like it before. There's just hundreds of these slot machines everywhere. And looked like you had another ATM machine on the other side. Temporarily out of order. What's this? Oh, these are emergency instructions in case you had to evacuate. Princess Royal Casino Cruises Island Breeze. Yep, they're showing the original name again of this boat, but now it's known as Blue Horizon. Looks like whatever position you were working on, you had like a set of guidelines right here to follow in case something went wrong. Like for example, the master was bridge in command. They would notify shore support and other vessels, and then the chief or engineer would report to rescue boat launch. Operate pumps, report when online too. Report when online. I think you get it. Crowd control. Casino manager, what would he do? Assist as directed. Lock elevator open. And get the final count. Alright. Now, kind of in the middle of everything, you had these smaller machines. They're also gambling slot machines. Looks like you would win a decent amount of credits on them. Look at that. If you got 3 wild cherries with second credit winners, you get 5,000 credit. And this one actually says the cruise name Blue Horizon. Welcome and good luck. These ones have been like knocked down. It kind of looks like a grandfather clock. Pretty unique looking. It had like a roulette table right there. I guess, you know, with these it would spin and you would try to get like maybe the highest number. Here's another one of them. Probably want to get 1,000. What was Wheel of Fortune? I remember seeing that like in The Price is Right. Yeah, they're just all scattered around. I guess these used to be placed right over here. I guess the Wheel of Fortune also makes casino gambling machines. I never knew that. What's going on here? Those kind of look like superheroes, like from Marvel, like Wonder Woman. I don't think they were. Sky Rider. This was Silver Treasures. This one was Golden Amulet. I'm not sure which one I would pick. And they look really different from the other machines we just saw. They're not really slot machines. Looks like they would have like some display. We're making it closer to the other end. Look at these ones. They're called Aristocrat. This kind of looks like it could have been a little bar area to just grab a drink. And check it out, we still got the TVs in here. Wow. I'm curious to see what's over there. It says unauthorized entry prohibited. Well, I think we can now check it out, right? Oh, it smells bad. It's a huge storage area. I'm not seeing anything too crazy though. Okay, looks like this was just like a little furnace room. It even looks like someone squatted in here because there's like a tiny mattress on the floor right there. Also, were they able to store all the light vests? If this ship is gonna sink while I'm here, I know where to go. Wow, check this out. At first, I thought this might be a poker table, but it says right over there. It says craps, $5 minimum, $300 max. I've never even heard of that game. I wonder how you would play. Damn, we still have the cards here. They're pretty clean. We even have some chips over there. Wow, there's actually a lot right here. I don't know why, but chips are like really satisfying, especially when you like juggle it on your hand. You just hear that clicking sound. Well, across from it, you had even more. Just scattered all around here. Oh, is that a roulette table? Oh my god, it's a roulette table. Can this spin? Oh, it's really hard. Maybe we can spin the other one over there. Alright, let's try to spin this. Oh, this one spins. If I were to gamble in a casino, I would probably just go to the roulette tables. I feel like, you know, it's 50-50 when you play the roulette game, and you have a fair chance of winning. I didn't show you guys, but look at this. We still have the balls for it right here. Okay, let me test my luck. I want you guys to comment either black or red or a number. Let's see, and let me know down in the comments if you're gonna win. I'm gonna choose like 30. Oh my gosh. It landed on 26. Oh my god, I got so close. And that's pretty much why I don't gamble. I got so close. If you ended up getting a 26 or black, I'll pin your comment. So let me know down below if you got it. Just notice we have more TVs hung on the wall right over here too. Like 5 of them. And I also want to mention, like, there's so many security cameras. I wonder who is like monitoring all of this. Was it just one person or multiple people in a room just making sure no one's cheating? I think these were all meant for the machines to collect the coins. I think they were like some sort of coin box. Wow. Look at these chairs. They have like a really cool design on it. Almost looks like it was like hand printed on there. Looks like they're all like famous athletes. That kind of looks like Bruce Lee for a second.
In 1998, authorities cracked down on several cruise ships, seizing gambling machines and shutting down operations. Though the Blue Horizon was not directly implicated, the increasing regulatory pressure affected all cruise ship lines operating in Florida. A major blow was then dealt in 2001. The Sun Cruise founder was gunned down in a drive-by shooting in Fort Lauderdale, crime linked to a business deal. The high-profile murder brought intense negative attention to Florida's casinos cruise industry, leading to increased legal oversight and financial instability for many operators.
Well, I'm now making my way down to the first floor, I guess you would say. Actually, we can take a look here and it'll tell us. It says that this is deck 1, and they have Rebecca's Grill, buffet-style dining, table slots, and players club. This is where the restaurant would be. Pretty neat. And this was also the main deck, as you can see right there. This door is wide open, it's super windy. It's literally so windy right now that the tide is being pretty aggressive. I can almost feel it shaking the boat. Damn. There's some people in boats, I think, sailing around. I would not want to be seen. So I gotta still be quite sneaky. But yeah. But here we are. This is where people would just come and eat at the restaurant. Very piled up in here. I think they moved a lot of the things on this deck. It's kind of like a storage area now. You can't even tell this was a restaurant, really. Damn, we have Blue Horizon room keys, I think. This was for like the rooms where people would stay, which we haven't seen yet. Maybe we're close. I mean, this was the main deck, so maybe this is where people would come here and check in for their room to get their car keys. You can hear music being played outside?
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
I hear it.
Yeah, I hear it. That's why we kind of have to keep it quiet.
Yeah, and it sketches me out because if you go back there, there's actually a power cord and it's illuminated like there's electricity somewhere.
I'm starting to see a lot of like the seats and the tables they would use for the restaurant right over here, all piled up together. There's the restaurant name, Rebecca's. I bet the food here must have been pretty good. Not bad for a restaurant. I'm not sure what's in this room, but there's a light. This probably leads to the engine. I guess on this deck, it still has some power. You know, people still probably come here to maintain the place. Yeah, here's the backside of the kitchen. Okay, we got a poker table right here. It's a Blue Horizon one, and another one right over there. These are still wrapped. They haven't been open. Guess some scalpers have been in here. You know, upstairs didn't have any machines that were open, but I'm seeing quite a few over here that have been. And I think they've taken some of the stuff inside. Well, I found the first floor elevator. It leads to every floor. Looks like it only allowed up to 6 people. Wow. All the utensils are still here. The knives and forks. And look at all the plates. And the glass cups. Dang. Well, I'm glad they kept them. This was probably a bigger bank where you would exchange your winnings for money. This was probably the main one now that I think of it. It's huge. You have so many like security cameras and a big giant window that's barred up. Of course you gotta have these things. Dramamine for motion sickness. Wow, look at all the receipt scrolls. And a lot of the keys right here. Computer monitor, keyboard, laser jet ink. I think these are the cartridges for the printers. Look, a lot of penny rolls right there. At first I thought this was like a real $100 bill. Sadly it's not. Thought that would take it. Wow. Damn. We hit the jackpot, guys. The safes are still here. Dude. Bro, I bet these haven't been opened yet. This one literally has an electronic keypad on it. Wow. And look at these. These are cases that used to hold like $100 bills. Dude, I bet there was like tens of thousands of dollars. Maybe even hundreds just stored in here. Look, there's 2 tiny little safes right there too. No wonder there's like 10 security cameras on the ceiling. Wow, these are money bands. Yeah, they definitely store like hundreds of thousands of dollars in here, because look at this. You got a $5,000 money band, so they would wrap this up if you had like a $5,000. And 2,000. Smallest is 100. Jeez, that's pretty cool. There's a storage room right next to it all. Looks like they only had, I wonder what they had in the boxes. I'm not sure what this is. Island Breeze Casino. They had a money count, and this machine would like drop money here and it would count it for you.
By the mid-2010s, the Blue Horizon, like many other casino cruises, struggled to remain profitable. Several factors contributed to its decline. The expansion of land-based casinos, such as the seminal Hard Rock properties in Tampa and Hollywood, offered gamblers high-end gambling experiences without the inconvenience of a cruise ship. Strict state regulations further burdening the offshore gambling industry with compliance costs. Meanwhile, shifting consumer preferences saw younger gamblers gravitating toward modern casino resorts, rendering floating casinos increasingly obsolete. In 2016, the Blue Horizon officially suspended its operations at the port of Palm Beach, citing financial difficulties, mounting competition, and an inability to sustain profitability under Florida's evolving gambling laws. With casino cruises in steep decline, its once loyal patrons sought entertainment elsewhere, whether in land-based casinos or alternative leisure activities. Following its closure, the Blue Horizon was abandoned in a Florida port. Over time, it fell into disrepair. Its once bustling casino floor left eerily frozen in time. Dust-covered poker tables, unused slot machines, and faded promotional banners remain as a ghostly reminder of its heyday. And images of the decaying ship circulate online, cementing its status as a relic of a gambling era.
What's up, Trevor?
There's a trailer out front. That was where you heard the music.
No way.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't notice us.
Oh. Okay, Trevor and I were gonna check downstairs. Be careful. Holy shit, is it flooded?
It's like they have two separate engines. Because the way that this boat is built.
Yeah.
So, dude, look, the batteries right here.
Oh my god, yeah. These were the batteries to power the ship. Dude, we're in the engine bay, I think, right?
This is wild. There's a
Dude.
oil can right there.
We're literally underwater. Right, we're underwater.
I know.
I think that's the sound of the water beyond the boat.
Right there. If this thing decides to sink, I don't know if we're making it.
There's a leak. Oh my gosh. We gotta run.
This is the last explorer.
Okay. So I guess they have like these tiny rooms on each corner of the ship. This is a different entrance that we tried to take.
This is fascinating. I wonder how many. I think they have more than.
Oh yeah, look, it's a generator. Marathon generators.
It's interesting.
They probably have a lot of them.
And then
This is just one of it.
it's a pretty big engine if you think about it. Like to run this thing.
Yeah.
Gauges over there.
What's this thing? So I go back up. Kind of smells like gas in here. I don't know what fume we're
Yeah,
smelling, but let's get out. I came a long way. We got this vacuum holding this door open. You kind of want to do that in abandoned places because you never know if a door might lock on you. So you always want to leave doors open if the place is abandoned. Man, The floor has experienced a lot of water damage, and it's kind of crusty for some reason. Almost if a fire happened. Yeah, it's pretty sick. There's some sort of counter right over here. It's a really tiny room. Just a keyboard. Sports book terminal opening. At the end of gaming, the surveillance department will notify the cashier that gaming is closed. This is probably one of those rooms where people would exchange their winnings for money. Alright, we're done exploring this room. You know what's weird? I'm getting a little bit of like a vertigo effect because this boat is like kind of like a little bit tilting more to the left side of it. I'm not sure why, but yeah. And up here has a lot of damage. And I know a lot of people might think this is not abandoned, but I mean, this floor kind of says it is because there's so much damage and there's black mold growing all over the walls now. Right. So the room we're in looks like it could have been a bar, and I can tell because it says Diane's Bar right there. People would just be drinking up here and getting their drinks before gambling away. And over here is a poker table, and what's unique about it is that it says Island Breeze Casino, and that's because this boat went through many names. Originally it was known as Island Breeze before it was known as Blue Horizon. We got one here and another one right there. And look at that, 3 TVs. Wow. Look at this right here. This piece of art is amazing, and I think it's original because the signature's right on it. I wonder who it could have been. Blue eyes. Looks like a very beautiful girl. Look at that. The artist's name. This might be worth a lot of money. We got some life vests right here on the end of this floor. Looks like over here was like a little lounge area. Here's the counter. Wow. This must have been a really nice place for guests. It's a 5-star steakhouse. Alright, so I guess this is where Diane would be doing her thing, right? Cooking stuff up, making drinks for all the people on board. Wow, the cash register is just right here. No one even tried to open it. Yeah, you had all the equipment here to just make the drinks. And look, the cruise ship had an elevator. Might be dangerous now. Alright, well, done checking Diane's bar. The captain's room is just straight ahead. I'm kinda nervous. I can hear music blasting, and so I probably can't even talk loud. This is probably the riskiest floor right now. Let's go give it a try. The music is literally playing super close to us. I can hear it. You guys probably can hear it too. So I just gotta lay low to show you guys this room because there's some really awesome stuff to see here, and I'm not letting that music stop me. I love the seat. There's like a roulette or a blackjack cushion on it. There's some light vests. Distress signals, maybe there's some flares in there. This is the captain's desk. Still got a few paperwork over here. And some books. Look at this. It's like a welcome letter. It says, "Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen." You know, the captain would probably read this when he would like talk to the intercom. "We're glad to have you with us today. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please remain calm." Oh, it was going through like safety instructions too before the ship had to sail. Kind of like what airplanes would do before taking off.
The Blue Horizon's rise and fall mirrored the trajectory of Florida's entire casino cruise industry. Once seen as a lucrative and innovative way to bypass gambling restrictions, these ventures ultimately succumbed to the shifting regulations, economic pressures, and evolving consumer tastes. The history of the Blue Horizon highlights the risks of operating in legal, uncertain territory, while international waters initially provided protection. State and federal laws eventually caught up with the industry. The gambling landscape's evolution, including the dominance of modern casino resorts, further contributed to its downfall. Once a symbol of Florida's offshore gambling era, the Blue Horizon casino cruise ship now stands as a cautionary tale. Though it no longer sails, its story remains, offering valuable lessons about the fleeting nature of a seemingly untouchable industry.